slipped into the occasional party like any teenager testing her limits. She also hitchhiked, a common way to get around back then, but one that carried risks few thought about until it was too late. At home, the DePalma family was large and tightly knit, but not always embraced by the community around them. They had switched from traditional Italian Catholic roots to becoming born-again evangelical Christians, attending the assemblies of God Church in Elizabeth several times a week. In a neighborhood where Catholic identity ran deep, this change stood out. Neighbors whispered that the DePalma's were strange. Some even threw out baseless rumors, accusations of mafia ties, of being rude, of not fitting in. Jeanette's nephew would later sum it up simply: "We were always looked upon as second-class citizens there." And so, Jeanette grew up in a house that was loving but quietly isolated from the town around it. She was torn between faith and freedom, caught between expectations and her own sense of independence. But in a community obsessed with appearances, Jeanette didn't know she was walking straight into a nightmare. And that nightmare began on a Monday morning, August 7th, 1972. That day, Jeanette picked up the phone to call her cousin, Gail. At first, she told her she couldn't come over as she had chores to finish at home. But teenagers don't let go of plans so easily, and soon the conversation turned. The night before, the girls had met two boys at Echo Lake Park, and the idea of seeing them again was too tempting. After some back and forth, Jeanette agreed. She'd make the trip to Gail's house. By early afternoon, around 1:20 p.m., Jeanette grabbed her purse and told her mother she was heading out. She said she'd walk to the train station and ride into Berkeley Heights to meet Gail. Florence, her mother, didn't think much of it. This was the kind of thing Jeanette did often: independent, confident, unafraid to move through the world on her own. But this time, she never arrived. The hours stretched on. Evening fell. The house grew quiet. And by 10 o'clock that night, panic had set in. Florence and Salvatore, Jeanette's parents, called the police to report her missing. Now, the response they got was cold. Authorities assumed she had run away, another restless teenager slipping out of the house.